Hi, we went up to the kids section today. I haven't been up there all this time to show you some great kids books for the holidays. Here's The Shortest Day by Susan Cooper. Susan Cooper, the children's writer who wrote King of Shadows and another series that is very popular. This is her book on The Shortest Day, illustrated by Carson Ellis. Came out about a year ago. We still have some copies. We got some more copies this year as well. The Shortest Day, that's coming up any minute now. If you've been watching the Netflix show, what is it called? The Queen's Gambit, and you want to teach your kids chess, here's a book called Chess for Kids from DK, the instructional publisher. Here's Kamala and Maya Harris's book, Kamala and Maya's Big Idea, about their childhood. Very lovely and inspiring story, Kamala Harris and her sister Maya. And here's Jan Brett. Did we talk about Jan Brett already this year? Jan Brett, who lives out here in the summertime and comes out here sometimes in the winter. We see her walking the streets of Lenox. This is her new book, Cozy, about a musk ox. You know, she has just the most delightful books for kids, the great illustrations and great stories. And speaking of great stories, here's the Polar Express. We were able to get a few more copies this last week from the publisher. They had run out again, but we have these copies of the Polar Express. Speaking of kids' books, we have Naomi Shihab Nye's anthology of her poetry. She is children's poet laureate, young people's poet laureate. Here's a quote from the very beginning of the book by Gregory Maguire at a speech he gave. "May we regard the reading life of the young as the most vital homeland protection strategy going. For our home is this planet, and our family the wide-flung tribes who shelter therein." This book is called Everything Comes Next, Collected and New Poems by Naomi Shihab Nye. For the grown-ups, for the silly grown-ups, we have John Cleese's book Creativity. You know John Cleese from, what's his show? Fawlty Towers and Monty Python. Creativity by John Cleese. Speaking of creativity, who remembers Spiro Agnew and his creative attempts to defraud the government? This is Bagman. This is based on a podcast that Rachel Maddow and Michael Yarvitz did a year ago, and the book is out now. Delightful history of a crook in the White House. Okay, speaking of crooks in the White House, here's a great book called Men to Avoid in Art and Life. Very funny captions of old paintings. Oh, back to the kids or grown-ups. Robert Frost stopping. Where are you stopping, Robert? Stopping by woods on a snowy evening. A lovely illustrated version of his poem, illustrated by Susan Jeffers. Speaking of illustrations, our friend Bob Exie, who did the book on bookstores a couple of years ago, famous bookstores, world's greatest bookstores, has 3 cartoon books. This is his newest, All's Fair in Love and War. Here is the Ultimate Cartoon Book. Can you see that? I'm sorry, can you see that? Ultimate Cartoon Book. And the earlier one is the Ultimate Book of Cartoons with Bob Exie. Very fun stuff for people of fun on your fun list. Thanks so much. See you next time.